we had about, I think it was $2 million more than me. As you can imagine, I bought a lot of TV commercials. So we did, do okay with raising money at the end. But for most of the campaign, it was all about the groundwork. We did it with parades. We literally, I remember, I'll never forget 4th of July, we covered 70 parades. And I learned this from my days in the county attorney race. Now there, you guys probably weren't even born yet. But when I ran for county attorney, I ran against Cheryl Ramstead Ross the first time. And she was Jim Ramstead's sister. He was incredibly popular in the district. And we had to, literally I was outstretched 3-1 in that race. And I still remember we did 45 parades, we put up 3,000 lawn signs, and we did 85 pancake breakfasts. And in the end, are you ready for this? Where I think it's so important to have people on the ground helping and being part of something greater than yourself. We won by less than 2 votes per precinct. We would, on election night, we were at Kamarchek's, they're making the sausage in the back and everything. We didn't know till we won for sure till the next day. And you've seen that time and time again, for some reason in Minnesota politics, with Al's race, with Mark Dayton's race, how important every single vote is. And we are going to have to inspire people like we've never inspired them before. Because this election, this time, people always say this. I know some people, if anyone got into that Humphrey dinner last night, if you can watch the tapes of the speeches, Mark Dayton did an amazing job. Firsthand what's going to happen with this election, because what is happening with Mark and him holding the line is just a precursor to what's going to happen on the national level. We look at that Ryan budget, what it does to education, what it does to the middle class. 2/3 of the budget cuts in the Republican House budget. And I remind you this, that's just like some boogeyman we're using. It passed the House of Representatives. 2/3 of the cuts are on the middle class. 2/3 of them. And so you can imagine the devastation for education, for small businesses, for people that are trying to start up new jobs. That's where it really hurts. And that's why I'm just so devoted to finding some solutions that are going to work for the people of our state, for the people of our country. The Ryan budget doesn't even look seriously at defense cuts. Secretary Gates alone has found $78 billion in defense cuts. That's a lot of money. Okay? And we think there's a chance we can get something like $400 billion in defense cuts before making airplanes that we don't even need, that the Pentagon says they don't even need. It's incredibly wasteful in terms of money. So that's just, I give you that one example. Home mortgage deduction, right? Something that, when you guys buy a house, if you don't have one yet, you'll want to have. But right now, it pretty much goes up to like $1 million. If we say, okay, you can have the home mortgage deduction up to $500,000 on a house, we save tens of billions of dollars every single year. So if you are rich enough to buy $1 million house, you get it, but only up to $500,000. That saves tens of billions of dollars. If we go back to the Clinton levels that I support, for people making over $250,000 a year, how many people do you know making over $250,000? I just want to check. Anyone here does? If we set that at the Clinton levels, we save $700 billion in 10 years on the budget deficit. Get rid of the oil subsidies, that's $4 billion a year, $40 billion over 10 years. So people tell you, oh, it's impossible to balance this budget, it's impossible to do anything about it. That's just plain wrong. What this is a question of